Kemet Dahabiya is a luxurious option for a Nile cruise. I chartered this boat in November 2023, and I'm going to show you what our experience was like on board. I'll talk about the 3 different types of suites available, the boat's gorgeous common spaces to relax and enjoy the Nile, sightseeing opportunities along the journey, authentic cultural experiences curated by Kemet, and also the exquisite food from our personal chef on board. Now, if you don't know me already, I'm Gus, and I help plan and lead trips to Egypt. You can learn more on my website, and if you want help with a trip, fill out the interest form linked in the video description below. Now, here's some general information about Kemet. Kemet is a dahabiya, which is a sailboat or a yacht used for cruising the Nile. Kemet, like all dahabiya boats, is small, and this is the best aspect of traveling by dahabiya because it gives you a lot of flexibility in itinerary, pace, and what types of experiences you have. Now, in this video clip, you see large Nile cruise ships. These are the exact opposite of dahabiya boats like Kemet. These ships all have to follow the same strict itinerary. You notice tons of them all together. They get to the sites at the same time. There's a lot of crowds. There's a lot of people. So that's not what Kemet is like. Kemet only has 8 suites on the boat. And when we go to the sites are very, very quiet because we're able to go at our own pace. Kemet is usually chartered, meaning that somebody rents out the entire boat, but you can also do individual cabin bookings. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. There are 3 different types of suites on Kemet, and each is named after an aspect of life on the Nile River. This suite is the only one that offers 2 twin beds. Its name is Lazuli, and it's the smallest suite, but it still has plenty of room with the sleeping and sitting area and the large bathroom. Both the bathroom and the sleeping area and sitting area have views of the Nile River. There are 3 Lazuli suites in total on Kemet. The second biggest suite is called Or. There are 2 of these suites in total, and each one features a private balcony. Here's a view of the balcony from outside of the boat. It can seat about 2 people comfortably. Inside of the balcony is the sleeping area that has a large double bed, and like all of the suites on board Kemet, the 2 Or suites have their own private bathrooms. This last suite you see is called Doom, and this is the largest suite on board Kemet. It has a large bed, and it has a foyer with a day bed that you see here. The panoramic windows offer beautiful views of the Nile River, and Doom also has a large bathroom. There are 3 different Doom suites on board. So 3 Lazuli, 2 Or, and 3 Doom makes 8 suites in total. You're not going to spend a lot of time in your suite though, because Kemet's common areas are beautiful. This is the library, which is on the suites level of the boat. It's where I had my coffee every single morning. It's a great place to relax, read a book, and enjoy the view of the Nile on the large balcony. In addition to the library, up on the main level of the boat, there is this outdoor area with lounges and a little conversation set for enjoying views of the river. We often had people enjoying a glass of wine or some beer here in the afternoons while we were sailing. There is an indoor common space as well, so this is a great place to go if it's colder in the mornings or in the evenings and you want to escape from the wind, or during the heat of the day and the height of the sun to get inside. This space is also air conditioned. So there's an indoor and outdoor space on the main level, and then here is the main dining area and bar. This is where we took all of our meals family style. This table was large enough to accommodate all of us, plus all of the food that we were served on Kemet. And then here's a closer up look at the bar area as well. And behind the bar, there's a large deck that we used for musical performances. You can also use it for exercising, for yoga, or just for general lounging and hanging out. And the final common area is up on the top deck of the boat. And this area is perfect for sunbathing, lounging, doing yoga, and enjoying breathtaking views of the Nile River and the countryside. During our time on Kemet, we had a pretty full sightseeing itinerary. We went to all of the main sites in Luxor, Aswan, and in between, like the Valley of the Kings, doing a hot air balloon ride over Luxor's west bank. And what I love the most about dahabiya boats like Kemet is that they're not stuck with the rigid schedule of the larger cruise ships. We could visit all of these sites at our own pace, and the crew made sure that we were able to go to sites when cruise ships weren't there. So some of the temples we had basically all to ourselves. So here is a look at Komombo Temple. You can see there's almost no one there with us. Same thing at Abu Simbel. I've actually never seen Abu Simbel this quiet. In addition to seeing lots of ancient Egyptian sites, the folks at Kemet also curated several great experiences for us, like this sunset music performance. We had a local troupe from Luxor come onto the boat, and everybody got to enjoy a drink, watching the sunset, and listening to some beautiful live music. Another experience that we had that I love is crossing through the Isna Lock. So here we're raising up in the Nile River to continue on our journey south. And a lot of Dahabiya boats do not offer a cruise between Luxor and Aswan that includes the lock, but we were able to go through the lock on Kemet. We enjoyed a swim in the Nile one day, and you even get to see me jump in right now.
All right, time to go swimming in the Nile.
And after our swim, we walked around an agricultural island, taking in the different crops that farmers were raising there, alongside lots of different farm animals who were enjoying some peace and quiet and some time to graze. If you only do Cairo, Luxor, and Aswan without doing a Nile cruise, or if you do a large Nile cruise ship and not a Dahabiya boat, you miss out on all of these opportunities to slow down and take some time in nature. Another highlight experience was a barbecue that was set up on an island. We ended up having our barbecue dinner by candlelight, and it featured all of the delicious food that our personal chef had been making for us. More on food in a little bit. And I think the experience that everybody had the most fun during was a live music performance that we had with a local music troupe, where everybody got to practice their Egyptian dance skills, aided by the really friendly staff on Kemet. They showed us how they dance to Egyptian music, we got to do our own interpretation, and everybody had a fun time. Now let's talk about food. Oh my gosh, we could not get enough of the delicious meals that the personal chef on board Kemet cooked for us. The focus was authentic Egyptian cuisine made with local ingredients, and the chef was able to also accommodate our dietary needs. For example, we had somebody on the boat who was avoiding dairy, and we had another person on the boat who is a pescatarian. And the best part about the meals for me were the delicious desserts. One dessert that especially impressed us was a date souffle that was our chef's own invention. You see it right here. It was great. In addition to serving fresh fruit juices, coffee, soft drinks, tea, they also had a fully stocked bar with local wine, beer, and spirits, and the friendliest bartenders on the Nile. If you'd like to join me on board Kemet, head to my website and click on Group Tours for my next available offering where we take Kemet on a Nile cruise. And to get in touch with Kemet Dahabiya directly, head to their website, www.kemetale.com. I'll link it in the video description. You can read more about the boat, and you can also book charter sailing where you rent the entire Dahabiya or book individual suites. You can also find them on Instagram at Kemetale, and I'll link that in the description as well. I'd love for you to leave a comment letting me know what you thought about Kemet and also what questions you have about this Dahabiya boat. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.